Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that the secret to transforming your entire day, every single day, lies in just a few intentional minutes each morning? The power of a morning routine goes far beyond simple habits. It's the foundation for success, calm, and clarity in a chaotic world. When you start your day with purpose and focus, everything else falls into place more easily. This isn't just about productivity. It's about reclaiming control over your life before the demands of the day pull you in every direction. Too many people wake up, immediately dive into distractions, and spend their day reacting to circumstances rather than shaping their own path. But when you commit to winning your morning, you set a tone of confidence and momentum that carries through every challenge. The difference between living on autopilot and living intentionally can be traced back to those first moments after you wake up. Those moments decide whether you lead your day or your day leads you. A morning routine isn't a rigid schedule or a to-do list. It's a personal declaration that your goals, health, and well-being matter. It's a simple, consistent practice that fuels your energy, sharpens your focus, and centers your mind. The ripple effects are profound. Better health, stronger relationships, greater creativity, and a sense of personal mastery that grows with each sunrise. It's the kind of powerful habit that changes lives. This video will show you how to design a morning routine tailored to your unique goals and lifestyle. Whether you have 5 minutes or 50, you can create a practice that lifts you up and propels you forward. If you're ready to stop drifting and start leading your life with intention, then keep watching. Your future self will thank you. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day, 1,440 minutes, no more and no less. Time is the great equalizer among people. What makes the difference is how we decide to spend those minutes. The morning in particular offers the highest return on that investment. When you win the morning, you set yourself up to win the day. Win enough days and you win at life. It's a straightforward idea, but like many simple truths, it holds tremendous power. Let me share something that could change how you see your mornings forever. Most people begin their day reacting to outside forces. When the alarm sounds, they immediately reach for their phone, checking emails, scrolling through social media, responding to other people's demands. They allow the world to set their priorities before they've had a chance to define their own. Successful individuals, on the other hand, start their day in creation mode. Before the day's chaos unfolds, they decide what matters most, where their focus will be, and what energy they want to bring into the world. Instead of reacting to life, they actively shape it. Your morning routine is the ideal time to invest in yourself before giving attention to everything and everyone else. It's an opportunity to fill your own cup first so that you have something meaningful to offer others. This isn't about prescribing a one-size-fits-all morning ritual. What works for one person might not work for another. The important part is to develop a routine that supports you, one that aligns with your goals, values, and vision for your life. That said, certain practices can significantly improve the quality of your day and ultimately your life when included in your morning routine. The first is mindfulness, taking a moment to center yourself and become fully present. This could be through meditation, prayer, or simply sitting quietly for a few minutes. In today's noisy and distracting world, the ability to calm your mind is a rare and valuable skill. Think of the mind like water. When it's turbulent, it's hard to see clearly, but when it's calm, everything becomes clearer. A morning mindfulness practice helps settle the waters of your mind before the day's activities begin to disrupt that peace. The second important element is gratitude. Starting your day by focusing on what you appreciate shifts your energy in a profound way. Genuine gratitude makes it impossible to hold on to fear, anger, or feelings of lack. Take a few minutes each morning to write down 3 to 5 things you genuinely appreciate. This simple habit can reprogram your brain to notice the positive aspects of your life instead of focusing on what's missing. The third key element is visualization. For decades, top athletes have used this method because it's effective. Spend a few minutes each morning imagining yourself succeeding at your most important task for the day. Picture yourself handling challenges smoothly, communicating clearly, and making steady progress toward your goals. Your brain often cannot distinguish a vivid mental image from a real experience, so use this to your advantage. The fourth element is physical activity. Your mind and body are closely connected. Moving your body first thing in the morning not only boosts your physical health, but also prepares your mind for better performance throughout the day. This doesn't mean you have to do an intense workout. every morning, though that can be helpful. Even a short walk, some light stretching, or a brief yoga session can increase your blood flow and energy levels. The fifth element is learning. Successful people are lifelong learners. They continually feed their minds with new ideas, perspectives, and knowledge. Spending just 15 to 30 minutes in the morning reading, listening to educational material, or exploring something new can build impressive wisdom over time. Finally, planning is essential. Taking time to review your goals and organize your day gives you a clear direction. Without a plan, it's easy to get caught up in urgent tasks and neglect what's truly important. As the saying goes, don't start your day until you've finished it on paper. You might be thinking, that sounds great, but I barely have time to brush my teeth in the morning, let alone do all of this. I understand that everyone is busy and has many demands on their time, but here's the important part. You don't need to include all these elements at once. Start small by choosing one or two habits that resonate with you and begin there. Maybe that's 5 minutes of meditation and 5 minutes of reading. That's perfectly fine. The key is consistency. Small actions, repeated daily, lead to significant results over time. If you're serious about changing your life, you might need to adjust your schedule to create space for this morning routine. Perhaps going to bed a little earlier will allow you to wake up earlier. Remember, this is about investing in yourself, and there is no better investment you can make. The quality of your life directly reflects the quality of your daily habits. Your morning routine sets the tone for all your other habits throughout the day. It is the foundation that makes other positive behaviors more likely. I recall speaking with someone who was struggling with inconsistency in their work. They experienced bursts of productivity followed by days of procrastination. When I asked about their morning routine, they admitted they didn't have one. Some days they woke up early, other days they slept in. Some days they exercised, others they didn't. Their mornings were as inconsistent as their results. I suggested he develop a simple, non-negotiable morning routine, just 30 minutes to begin with, and commit to it every single day, including weekends. 3 months later, he told me that this small adjustment had transformed not only his business, but his entire life. His energy became more stable, his focus sharpened, and most importantly, his results improved significantly. This is the true power of a morning routine. It's not just about how you start your day. It's about who you become by consistently showing up for yourself day after day. Every time you honor the commitments you make to yourself, getting up when you planned and following through on your intentions, you build self-trust. Self-trust forms the foundation of self-confidence. When you know you can depend on yourself to do what you say you will, you develop an unshakable belief in your own capabilities. There is nothing more valuable than this kind of self-belief. It fuels you through challenges, obstacles, and difficult moments, because those are an inevitable part of any worthwhile journey. Now, I want to address a common concern. Some of you may be thinking, I'm not a morning person. I do my best work at night. I respect that everyone has a unique chronotype, a natural rhythm for when they feel most alert and energetic. However, I encourage you to try a morning routine anyway, even if it's just for 30 days. Here's why. The morning is the one time of day when you have the most control. As the day moves forward, demands accumulate, unexpected problems arise, and your willpower and decision-making abilities begin to wear down. By starting your day with intentional practices that support your highest priorities, you ensure that what matters most receives your best energy, not just the leftovers. And who knows, with a consistent morning routine, you might find that you actually become a morning person. I've seen it happen many times. What we often think of as personality is often just habit, and habits can be changed. Let me share a personal experience. Years ago, I struggled with consistency in my own work. I had big goals and dreams, but progress was slow. I allowed the demands of others to control my schedule, pushing my most important work to the sidelines. Then a mentor introduced me to the power of a morning routine. He challenged me to reclaim the first hour of my day for myself, to focus on my growth, goals, and priorities. No emails, no calls, no meetings, just me working on what truly mattered. It wasn't easy at first. I had to set my alarm earlier, which meant going to bed earlier. I resisted the temptation to check messages right away. I had to form new habits and break old ones, but I committed to it, and that decision changed everything. When I began each day investing in my mind, body, and spirit, I showed up differently in every area of my life. I became more focused, energized, and creative. I reacted less and acted more intentionally. Most importantly, I started making real progress toward my most meaningful goals. That's the true power of a morning routine. It's not just about boosting productivity or efficiency, although those are clear benefits. It's about becoming the kind of person who can consistently achieve your goals and build the life you want. Most people tend to overestimate what they can accomplish in a year, but greatly underestimate what's possible over a decade. The same principle applies to our days. We often overestimate what can be done in a single day, which leads to frustration and a feeling of falling short. Yet we underestimate the cumulative effect of small, consistent actions taken daily over months and years. Your morning routine is the ideal place to build those small, consistent habits. 10 minutes of meditation every morning may seem insignificant at the moment, but over the course of a year, it adds up to more than 60 hours of mindfulness practice. 15 minutes of reading each day translates into nearly a dozen books per year. 20 minutes of exercise each morning results in over 120 hours of physical activity annually. These small investments accumulate like financial savings, but their returns are even more valuable. Better health, expanded knowledge, increased clarity, enhanced creativity, stronger relationships, and much more. Now, it's important to discuss a crucial factor for the success of your morning routine: preparation. The most effective morning routines actually begin the night before. Spending a few minutes before bed to prepare for the following day can make a significant difference. Lay out your workout clothes, prepare your breakfast or lunch, clear your workspace for a morning writing session, choose what you'll read or learn about, and set out your journal and pen for gratitude practice. These small steps reduce friction and make it easier to follow through. They eliminate decisions early in the day, preserving your willpower and mental energy for what truly matters. Willpower tends to be strongest in the morning, but can still be challenged when building new habits. Anything that simplifies your routine increases the likelihood of consistency, and consistency is where the real transformation happens. Let's address some common obstacles people face when establishing a morning routine. The first is sleep. If you're not getting enough quality rest, waking earlier to add a morning routine will be difficult. It's important to improve your sleep habits alongside your routine. This could mean setting a consistent bedtime, creating a relaxing pre-sleep ritual, reducing screen time before bed, or optimizing your sleep environment. Remember, the goal isn't just to wake up earlier, but to have more energy and presence throughout the day. Quality sleep is essential to achieving that. The second challenge is resistance. Whenever we try to change habits, resistance appears. Whether it's the urge to hit snooze for a few more minutes or the temptation to delay starting until tomorrow. Expect this resistance and prepare for it. For example, place your alarm clock across the room so you must get out of bed to turn it off. Or find an accountability partner who expects regular check-ins. After completing your routine, remind yourself of your why, the deeper purpose behind your commitment. The third challenge is perfectionism. Some people abandon their routine because they feel they can't do it perfectly. But life happens every day, and perfection isn't the goal. The key is persistence and returning to the routine even after setbacks. There will be mornings when you oversleep, when a family member is unwell, when an early meeting demands your attention, or when travel disrupts your usual routine. The key to sustaining a morning routine is flexibility. Establish a negotiable minimum, the smallest non-negotiable version of your routine that you commit to completing no matter the circumstances. Perhaps it's just 1 minute of deep breathing and 3 minutes of journaling. On regular days, you complete your full routine. On difficult days, you stick to your minimum, but you never skip it entirely. Remember, consistency always outweighs perfection. It's far better to do a little consistently than to do a lot irregularly. The fourth challenge many face is lack of enjoyment. If your routine feels like a burden, you're unlikely to maintain it long term. Find ways to make it enjoyable. Select books that excite you. Create a playlist that energizes your workout. Discover a meditation practice that truly resonates with you. Make your journal inviting and choose a pen that you enjoy writing with. Prepare a breakfast you look forward to eating. Your morning routine should feel like a gift you give yourself, not a punishment you endure. Now let's explore the transformative impact of winning the morning. When you consistently start your day with intention and purpose, the positive effects extend into every aspect of your life. First, your productivity increases. By beginning your day focused on your highest priorities, what I call your big rocks, you ensure that the most important tasks are accomplished no matter what distractions arise. Too many people spend their peak energy on low-value activities and then wonder why they never progress toward their key goals. Second, your health benefits. A morning routine that includes physical activity, proper hydration, and nutritious food lays the foundation for better choices throughout the day. It creates a domino effect. Starting with healthy habits makes it easier to maintain them. Third, your stress decreases. Incorporating mindfulness, gratitude, and planning into your morning creates a calm and clear mindset. Instead of reacting impulsively to challenges, you respond thoughtfully from a centered place. Fourth, your creativity flourishes. Many artists, writers, and innovators do their best work in the morning when their minds are fresh and the environment is quiet. Even if creativity isn't central to your profession, creative thinking is essential for problem solving and adapting to challenges. Fifth, your relationships improve. When you care for your own needs first, you have more to give to others. You become a better partner, parent, colleague, and friend, more patient, more present, more compassionate, because you've filled your own cup first. Finally, your sense of personal mastery grows with each day you follow through on your routine. You prove to yourself that you are in control of your life, capable of doing what you commit to, and the author of your own story. This empowerment and agency may be the greatest reward of all. I've often said that discipline weighs ounces, but regret weighs tons. The small inconvenience of waking a little earlier and maintaining your morning routine pales in comparison to the burden of looking back on a life of unrealized potential. So I challenge you to design and implement a morning routine that aligns with your highest goals and deepest values. Start small if needed, but start and be consistent. Be patient with yourself and trust the process. Because here's the truth. The person you are today is the result of your past habits and choices, and the person you will become tomorrow depends on the habits and choices you make starting today. Your morning routine is the perfect place to begin shaping the future you desire. It's your opportunity to take control of your life one day at a time, one morning at a time. Now, I want to address something I hear often, but Jim, I have kids. I have family responsibilities. I don't have the luxury of time for myself in the morning. I understand that family comes first. However, I encourage you to reframe this perspective. Taking time for your morning routine is not selfish. It's actually one of the most generous things you can do for your loved ones. When you invest in your own growth and well-being, you become a better version of yourself for everyone in your life. If your children see you prioritizing your health, your learning, your spiritual practice, or your goals, you're setting a powerful example. You're showing them, not just telling them, what it means to live with intention and purpose. What I've observed is that when parents establish a morning routine, children often naturally adapt. They begin to respect that time and may even create their own little morning rituals. The whole family culture shifts. Practically speaking, you might need to get creative. Perhaps your morning routine happens very early before the rest of the household wakes. Maybe it includes your children doing some gentle stretches together, sharing what they're grateful for, or reading a story that teaches valuable lessons. Maybe your routine is shorter on weekdays and more expansive on weekends. The specifics matter less than the principle. You are worth investing in, and doing so benefits everyone around you. Let me share a story about a client of mine, a single mother of 3, working full-time. When I first suggested she create a morning routine, she laughed, saying her schedule made it impossible. But she was struggling, feeling overwhelmed, reactive, and constantly behind. So she agreed to try something minimal, just 15 minutes before her kids woke up, dedicated solely to herself. She started by setting her alarm just 15 minutes earlier than usual. Those 15 minutes became her sanctuary. Time to breathe, set intentions for the day, and connect with herself before connecting with others. After a few weeks, something remarkable happened. She began to look forward to those 15 minutes, so much that she willingly set her alarm another 15 minutes earlier. Her routine expanded naturally because it was bringing her so much value. Within a few months, she had built a solid 45-minute routine that transformed her life experience, and her children noticed the change. One of them said, "Mom, you don't yell as much." Another said, "You seem happier." That's the ripple effect of a morning routine. When you change, everything around you changes too. Let's talk about customizing your morning routine to align with your unique goals and values. While there are foundational practices that benefit nearly everyone, the most powerful routine is one tailored specifically to you. Start by asking yourself, what are my most important goals right now? What areas of my life need the most attention? What kinds of activities give me energy and focus? If you're working on your physical health, your morning routine might emphasize exercise and nutrition. If you're building a business, maybe it includes strategic planning and skill development. If you're going through an emotionally challenging time, practices that nurture your mental health might take priority. Your morning routine should be dynamic, evolving as you and your circumstances change. What serves you in one season of life may not serve you in another. Be willing to reassess and adjust as needed. That said, I do believe there are certain elements valuable to almost any morning routine. We touched on them earlier, but now let's dive a bit deeper. Mindfulness practice trains your attention and helps develop presence. In a world designed to distract us, the ability to focus is increasingly rare and valuable. Even 5 minutes of meditation, deep breathing, or simply sitting in silence can center you for the day ahead. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present, from scarcity to abundance. Writing down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for and truly feeling that gratitude, not just noting it intellectually, can transform your emotional state. Visualization harnesses the power of your mind to rehearse success. Athletes use it to improve performance, and you can too. Visualize yourself handling the day's challenges with ease and grace. See yourself making real progress on your most important goals. Physical movement energizes your body and activates your brain. It doesn't have to be intense. Gentle stretching or a short walk can get your blood flowing and boost your mood through the release of endorphins. Learning feeds your mind and expands your capabilities. Even 5 minutes of meditation, deep breathing, or simply sitting in silence can center you for the day ahead. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present, from scarcity to abundance. Writing down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for and truly feeling that gratitude, not just noting it intellectually, can transform your emotional state. Visualization harnesses the power of your mind to rehearse success. Athletes use it to improve performance, and you can too. Visualize yourself handling the day's challenges with ease and grace. See yourself making real progress on your most important goals. Physical movement energizes your body and activates your brain. It doesn't have to be intense. Gentle stretching or a short walk can get your blood flowing and boost your mood through the release of endorphins. Learning feeds your mind and expands your capabilities. As you design your morning routine, consider incorporating elements from each of these categories. But remember, start small. It's far better to do a few things consistently than to try everything at once and get overwhelmed. Now, I want to address the role of technology in your morning routine, because this is something that trips up many people. For most of us, smartphones have become almost an extension of our bodies. The average person checks their phone over 50 times a day, with the first check often happening within minutes of waking up. But here's the problem. When you reach for your phone first thing in the morning, you're immediately pulled into reaction mode. You're confronted with other people's agendas, with news designed to trigger emotional responses, with social media engineered to capture your attention. I strongly recommend keeping your phone out of your bedroom entirely, or at least putting it on Do Not Disturb until your morning routine is complete. Use a regular alarm clock if you need one. The world can wait an hour for your attention. Your most important work, the work of becoming, deserves your first and best energy. If certain apps support your morning routine, like a meditation app or a digital journal, consider putting your phone in airplane mode. You're only using those specific tools. This way you get the benefits of helpful technology without the drawbacks of distraction. Remember, in our hyper-connected age, one of the most radical acts of self-care is creating boundaries around your attention. Your morning routine is the perfect place to practice this vital skill. Now let's talk about the concept of winning the morning. What does it actually mean to win your morning? It means you've started your day with intention rather than reaction. You've prioritized what matters most to you before attending to what matters to everyone else. You've filled your own cup so you have something meaningful to pour into others. Winning the morning means that regardless what the rest of the day brings, and we all know even the best laid plans can be disrupted, you've already secured a victory. You've already made progress on your most important goals. You've already invested in your health, your growth, your peace of mind. This creates a foundation of success and confidence that carries into everything else you do. It's like starting a game with points already on the board. You're playing from a position of advantage rather than having to come from behind. Here's something powerful I've observed over decades of studying successful people. Winning the morning creates momentum, and momentum is one of the most powerful forces in human achievement. When you start your day with a series of small wins, meditating when you said you would, exercising when you planned to, reading those 10 pages, you create positive momentum that makes each subsequent win more likely. Success breeds success. Discipline begins discipline. Conversely, when you start your day by breaking promises to yourself, hitting snooze instead of getting up, checking email instead of writing that important report, grabbing fast food instead of preparing a healthy breakfast, you create negative momentum that can be hard to reverse. The choice is yours, and it's a choice you make anew each morning. I believe your morning routine is ultimately about freedom. I might seem paradoxical, creating a structured routine to experience freedom, but it's true. When you take control of your mornings, you take control of your life. You move from living by default to living by design. Most people live reactively. They wake up, check their phone, and immediately begin responding to the demands placed on them by others. They rush through their morning in a fog of stress and hurry. They arrive at work already depleted, navigating their day from a place of scarcity rather than abundance, and then wonder why they feel overwhelmed, unfulfilled, and stuck. But when you win your morning, you set the tone for your entire day. You approach your work, relationships, and challenges from a place of centeredness and intention. You respond rather than react, choose rather than comply, and create rather than consume. This isn't just about productivity or achievement, although those are certainly benefits. It's about living consciously and being the author of your own life rather than a character in someone else's story. Your morning routine is a daily declaration that your life matters, that your goals matter, and that your well-being matters. It's a tangible way of saying, I am worth this investment of time and energy, and you truly are worth it. Every minute you spend developing yourself, nurturing your gifts, caring for your body and mind, and preparing to make your unique contribution to the world is priceless. Because here's the truth, the world needs what only you can give. And your morning routine helps ensure you show up as your best self to give it. So here are 2 challenges. First, design your ideal morning routine. Reflect on what practices would serve you best right now, what moves you closer to your goals, enhances your well-being, and connects you with what matters most. Write it down, visualize it, and feel the benefits it will bring. Second, start implementing this routine tomorrow morning. Not next week, not when it's more convenient, but tomorrow. Start small if you need to. Even 15 minutes is enough to begin. Make a commitment to yourself and honor it. Because we don't rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems. Your morning routine is a system for success, growth, and creating the life you want. Win your morning consistently and watch the benefits compound, transforming not just your days, but your entire life. Remember, success is not an event, but a process. And that process begins anew every morning when you open your eyes to a day full of possibility. The choice is yours. What will you do with the first hour of your consciousness tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day that now you wake differently? Hour comes closer. So your future self is watching, waiting to see what you decide. Choose well, choose to win your morning, and you will be well on your way to winning at life. What if the way you start your day could change everything? The power of a morning routine isn't just about waking up early. It's about setting the tone for your entire life. How you spend those first moments after you open your eyes can determine your energy, your focus, and your success. Imagine turning every morning into an opportunity to take control, build momentum, and move closer to the life you truly want. Most people rush into their day, reacting to emails, notifications, and endless distractions before they've even had a chance to breathe. But what if you flipped the script? What if instead of reacting, you chose to lead your day with intention and calm? A morning routine gives you that chance. It's a small daily victory that compounds over time, creating confidence, clarity, and a powerful sense of purpose that carries you through even the toughest challenges. This isn't about perfection or adding more stress. It's about simple, meaningful actions that nourish your mind, body, and spirit. Whether it's a few minutes of movement, quiet reflection, or planning your most important goals, these moments build a foundation that supports everything you do. When you win your morning, you win your day, and that can lead to winning at life. If you're ready to stop drifting through your mornings and start shaping your future, this video is for you. I'll share how to create a morning routine that fits your unique life and helps you unlock your full potential. Don't just go through the motions. Take charge, transform your days, and watch everything change.